The chilling story of Monica Cameroni De Adams, a 65-year-old unhoused woman, highlights the devastating consequences of societal neglect and the urgent need for comprehensive solutions to homelessness. Her family's $50 million wrongful death claim against the city of San Diego paints a harrowing picture of a life tragically cut short, a life discarded amidst the indifference of a system designed to protect, yet ultimately failed her. The details are as stark as they are heartbreaking. On November 5, 2023, at approximately 1 a.m., a collision involving another vehicle sent Monica's Honda minivan hurtling into another parked car. Unbeknownst to the responding authorities, Monica was inside, asleep within her temporary shelter. The impact, while significant, didn't immediately reveal her presence. A month later, her lifeless body was discovered, a chilling testament to a system that failed to recognize her humanity, a system that, in the words of her family's lawyers, effectively buried her alive. This isn't an isolated incident. It's a horrifying symptom of a wider crisis plaguing California, a state grappling with a staggering homelessness epidemic. Roughly half of all unsheltered individuals in the United States reside in California, a statistic that underscores the sheer magnitude of the problem. In San Diego alone, over 6,000 people were counted last year living in tents, vehicles, and other makeshift dwellings, vulnerable and exposed to the elements, violence, and indifference. Monica's death follows the recent tragedy of James Edward Oakley, a 58-year-old unhoused man crushed to death during a municipal trash cleanup in Vallejo. These tragedies aren't mere statistics. They are the stark realities of lives lived on the margins, lives often overlooked and undervalued. Last year in San Diego County, nearly 500 unhoused individuals perished, a grim toll reflecting deaths from overdoses, hypothermia, and traffic accidents, amongst other causes. 30 were struck and killed by vehicles. 7 lost their lives to passing trains. The vulnerability of the elderly unhoused population is particularly acute. They are disproportionately susceptible to health issues and violence, as tragically illustrated by the May 2023 murder of Annette Purcell, a 68-year-old woman known as Granny Annie, shot with a pellet gun by a teenager. Monica's story compels us to confront the moral bankruptcy at the heart of this crisis. Her death, and the deaths of countless others like her, are not simply accidents. They are preventable tragedies born from systemic failures, a lack of compassion, and a stark absence of adequate support systems for the most vulnerable members of our society. The $50 million lawsuit filed by her family is not merely a financial claim. It is a desperate cry for justice, a demand for accountability, and a plea for systemic change to prevent future tragedies. It demands that we recognize the inherent worth of every human life, regardless of their circumstances, and to actively build a society that protects and cherishes its most vulnerable citizens. The city of San Diego, and indeed the entire state of California, must answer for their negligence and create a future where no one is left to die alone, forgotten, and tragically unseen in the shadows of societal indifference. Monica's legacy must be a catalyst for real, meaningful, and systemic change, a change that ensures no one else suffers the same horrific fate. This is not simply a legal battle. It's a fight for the soul of our society.